We start with the latest developments into the plane crash in San Francisco this weekend, and now we're getting a look at what actually happened when the Asiana Airlines Boeing 777 crashed, because the whole thing was caught on camera.
Oh my God! Oh, it's an accident!
Oh, you're filming it too.
Oh my God!
Okay, take a look. It's in the distance. The plane's now moving to the left part of the screen. It's kind of in the center. This happened Saturday afternoon when it looks like the plane hit a seawall near the runway at San Francisco International Airport. Asiana Airlines says the pilot had just 43 hours of experience flying the big 777, but had flown 10,000 hours on other big planes, was trying to land in San Francisco with that big plane for the very first time. Now, the National Transportation Safety Board is trying to figure out if that, possibly the inexperience, played a part in the crash. More than 300 people were on the plane. Two 16-year-old girls from China died and almost 200 were hurt. A coroner says one of those two may have actually died after being hit by a rescue vehicle. That's not known for sure just yet. Investigators are now talking with the people on the plane. They hope to interview the pilot and the crew sometime today. Coming up on 6:32, now to the rain here in New Mexico that is certainly a sight for sore eyes.
Especially because the Sandia Mountains have been closed for about a month now because it's been so dry. So the big question, could the rain change that anytime soon? News 13's David Romero is live in Bernalillo County with more on this. Hi, David.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Well, Sandia Rangers District officials say that is looking pretty good, that the rains could curb how volatile those forest fire fuels could be for burning.
The component of the fuels that we call the half-hour or the flashy fuels, the half-hour short lifetime fuels, they can dry out very quickly, but since they are quite wet at this time, things are looking good.
And looking good indeed. Now that means that the closed off areas could go to a full opening based on the more recent or more precipitation rather that we get in the area. And it was back in early June when the Sandias were closed off to the public. That includes popular biking, hiking, and camping areas, and it also includes that road going up to Sandia Crest. Now, Sandia District officials say that so far people who are going up into the Sandias have complied by not going into the restricted and closed off areas. Now keep in mind that these closures are still in effect, so if you go up there and if you go past those lines where it's restricted, you could face a fine of up to $100. Elizabeth, back to you.
All right, David, thank you so much. The tramway, by the way, is still open and people can go to the top. However, you cannot go off any of the trails up there just yet. There is some good news about the largest fire that is burning in the state right now. The Silver Fire in the Gila Forest is now more than 138,000 acres, but it hasn't grown since Friday. It is now 80% contained. Meanwhile, the Jaroso fire that is burning in the Pecos is still more than 11,000 acres large. None of this fire is contained, but it doesn't appear to have grown either.
Okay, so going back to the Sandias being closed, Santa Fe National Forest is closed. A lot of the bosque is also closed. The gist of it is we just need more rain. Is any of it going to be on the way?
Yeah, we're going to get more rain. I mean, we're in monsoon season. It's going to be an active week, so some good news there. We're already seeing some showers out there right now from northeast to southwest New Mexico, and even a few showers across east central parts of the state, just east of the mountains. So we're already getting that this morning. Here's a look at where we are in Albuquerque so far for this month. This month we've picked up nearly 6/10 of an inch of rain, and for the first week, and we've only just been through the first week of July, we typically pick up a little more than 2/10 of an inch of rain. So we're actually ahead of schedule for July. Hopefully that can continue. But when you think about where we are for the year, normally by now we've had about 3 inches and 1/4 of an inch of rain, and so far we've only had a little more than an inch for the whole year. So we're still way down when it comes to how much we need to catch up, but we're getting there, and we're getting into an active part of the season right now. I'll have the details on that in your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, Kristen, thank you. Well, the family of a man who was shot and killed by Albuquerque police is now questioning the actions of the officer who killed him.
And today we could learn more about what exactly led up to the shooting that was on Friday night. Police say this man, Vincent Wood, had 2 10-inch butcher knives and lunged at an officer when another officer shot and killed him. Now, before that, police say a security guard called 911 saying Wood was threatening 2 kids with those knives. We talked with Wood's brother, Michael Allen. He was shocked to learn that it was just 4 minutes from the time police first got a call about Wood to the time they shot him.
I don't care if they would have shot him just to wound him, but I don't believe they had to kill him. I don't see or understand that.
And that's exactly what the witnesses are telling us, that the officer was actively trying to get away from the male subject who was lunging with a knife, an extended position, a very large knife, butcher knife.
Vincent Wood's brother, Michael Allen, says Wood had post-traumatic stress disorder from serving in Vietnam, and police knew there was something mentally wrong with him. Cheech Schultz tells us that's why a crisis intervention team officer was going to the scene on Friday, but by the time the officer got there, Wood had already been shot. Well, friends and family are still remembering a young man from Albuquerque who they say had a personality larger than life.
We're talking about Austin Hudson Lepore. He would have turned 21 today. He is the Albuquerque native who died in Lake Michigan. Now, loved ones, some from as far away as Europe, attended a memorial held at Albuquerque Academy yesterday. The third-year biochemistry student at the University of Chicago went missing after his finals in June. Austin's friends and family believe that he went to Lake Michigan to check out the storms. His body was eventually found in the lake about a week later.
He studied really hard. He did tremendously well at University of Chicago, but then he went to the lake and he walked and he took in the nature trails and he went to the Museum of Science and Technology's Japanese gardens and he just contemplated. He was just a brilliant guy and sweet.
Austin's family is holding a fundraiser to benefit the Albuquerque Academy Music and Science competitions and to help find missing children as well. We posted a link on our website. If you would like more information on this, head to krqe.com and click on KRQE links. Another family in New Mexico is also faced with burying their son after a possible drowning, and now they need help with the burial expenses days after the bodies of 16-year-old Seth Stevenson and his friend were pulled from Quemado Lake. A website has popped up to help Seth's family with burial expenses. The two boys were at a religious camp when they were last seen hopping from island to island at the lake. They disappeared back on June 30th. The New Mexico State Dive Team found their bodies on Wednesday. So far, nearly $5,000 has been raised through the website.
I know they have a lot of support down there, a lot of people around them, and a lot of support up here and people that love them up here. So I guess they're doing as well as can be expected.
Medical investigators are still trying to determine the exact cause of the boys' deaths. If you would like to help, please check out our website. Click on KRQE links on our website, krqe.com.
You could soon be seeing a lot more neon on Route 66 in Albuquerque. The Albuquerque Journal says the City Council approved new rules for neon signs last week, and the mayor could sign off on the plan as soon as this week. It would allow more signs, bigger signs, and the owners may not have to pay for permits, but not everybody likes this plan, including City Councilor Isaac Benson.
All right, the time right now, 6:38. The wife of Secretary of State John Kerry is in the hospital. Details on what is happening with her when we come back.
And the bodies of the firefighters killed in Arizona last week finally on their way home. We'll be right back. But first,
look at this. How cool is this? I love it. I was just on Google checking this out. You know what today is?
It's the 66th anniversary of the Roswell UFO incident, so Google has this interactive doodle for you to go check out. There's a little alien there, maybe like the one that supposedly landed in Roswell. We'll be right back.